Number 1 movie, Grizzly Man. Werner Herzog received a slew of awards for his 2005 documentary Grizzly Man, which focused on the life and death of Timothy Treadwell, a bear enthusiast and documentary filmmaker who believed that humans could live among grizzly bears. Treadwell was visiting Katmai National Park in Alaska when he was killed by a grizzly bear in 2003. Through interviews and some of Treadwell's final footage, the film pieces together his life and the aftermath of his death. Number 2 movie, Charade. In this 1963 classic, Audrey Hepburn stars as Reggie, a woman living in Paris who discovers her husband has just been murdered and criminals are seeking his fortune, which she didn't know existed. Charade treats audiences to a cat-and-mouse chase around France, and no character is who they seem. Joining Hepburn in the star-studded cast are Cary Grant and James Coburn, among others. Number 3 movie, Frozen. Psychological horror Frozen, 2010, follows 3 friends who take the last ski lift up a mountain before their resort shuts down due to an incoming storm. As the resort closes and a blizzard moves in, the 3 are stuck on the lift, completely abandoned. Between the frigid cold and circling wolves below, the trio make life-and-death decisions to survive. Frozen stars Shawn Ashmore and Kevin Zegers, who both went on to star in The Rookie. Number 4 movie, News of the World. Set in 1870, a Confederate Civil War veteran, Tom Hanks, finds a child on the side of the road and is tasked with returning her to her family. Along the way, the duo observe the particular racial and political strife of the South after the Civil War. News of the World received 4 Oscar nominations and Hanks' young co-star, Helena Zengel, received a bevy of accolades for her performance, including a Golden Globe nomination. Number 5 movie, The Ghostwriter. In The Ghostwriter, 2010, Ewan McGregor stars as an author hired to work on the autobiography of a former British Prime Minister, played by Pierce Brosnan. But as he begins to write, it soon becomes clear the Prime Minister is involved in a global cover-up and everyone around him is in danger. The movie was a hit on the festival circuit in 2010 and took home an award at the prestigious Berlin International Film Festival. Number 6 movie, Buried. Claustrophobia, dread and terror combine in the 2010 indie thriller Buried. Ryan Reynolds plays an American living in Iraq who wakes up buried alive inside a coffin. Armed with little more than a lighter and a cell phone, he needs to pay a ransom in order to be freed. Buried received excellent reviews and Reynolds' performance was heavily praised, earning the actor several nominations. Number 7 movie, Hostel. It's gross, it's grisly, it's dark. Eli Roth's Hostel, 2005, became one of the most successful horror movies of the 2000s, helping to define an entire subgenre of slasher films. Hostel follows a group of backpackers in Eastern Europe as they become the targets of a torture club for millionaire sadists. It's not for the faint of heart. Number 8 movie, When a Stranger Calls. In the original 1979 horror classic, a young woman, Carol Kane, is babysitting her neighbor's kids when she starts getting threatening phone calls. When she calls the police, they tell her the call is coming from inside the house. A contemporary of Halloween, 1978, and serving as the partial inspiration for Scream, 1996, When a Stranger Calls is an absolute must-watch for horror fans. Number 9 movie, Let Him Go. Based on the 2013 novel of the same name, the 2020 neo-western Let Him Go follows 2 parents, Kevin Costner and Diane Lane, who discover their daughter is in an abusive relationship. After learning that their daughter's new husband has kidnapped her and her son, the 2 set out to save them. The intense adventure elements and contemplations on fighting for family earned the movie high marks from critics. Number 10 movie, Prom Night. After the Halloween franchise, Prom Night, 1980, is easily Jamie Lee Curtis' second most famous horror film, helping her earn the Scream Queen title. In the movie, a group of high schoolers are terrorized by a masked killer at their prom, only to learn it's all connected to an incident from their childhood. Prom Night became one of the biggest slasher movies of the 80s, receiving 3 sequels and a 2008 remake.